Today we're doing two different wool bowls, starting with washing them. Here are the old bowls before. You can see where they're aged, damaged, and very yellow looking. So the first thing you want to do when you find these is I used some stripper, gave it a good coat, wrapped it in plastic, and let it sit for an hour before I started the next portion here where I'm removing it. I was excited when I first found these bowls. If you look at me scraping it off here, you're going to see all the different shades of wood in this bowl that I'm working on. That's because it's what they call a lathe bowl. Guys used to take and glue pieces of hardwood together and then put them on a lathe and make bowls out of them. I know that for a fact because I was given one as a kid, and you can see the bottom of this one here still has lathe marks in it. So it has been, I don't know the history of this, but it's got some really nasty built up coatings on it. So the first step I did was I took a scraper and tried to get as much of it off as I could. I think I'm just going to put in, if we get steel wool here, I think I'm going to just put a clear coat on it and let the wood do what it needs to. You want to wear gloves, especially if you got fake nails like I got. And take off as much of this as I can. And the reason I'm using the steel wool is there's really no type to get in that grooves and whatever, and to get into the curvature. I figure the steel wool will do a better job than the paint scraper will. I'm going to continue with this process, and I'll come back once it's all stripped. By the looks of this, I'm going to give it one more coat of stripper on the front and the back to get as much of it off as I can. I did end up using another coat of stripper along with the steel wool on both bowls. And then Hubs was kind enough to grab the mouse sander for me, and he used one 20 grit sandpaper and got off most of what was left of the coating. Unfortunately, he forgot to video it, so I'm back here now doing hand sanding. And what I did was I sanded it with 80 grit. And I've left the whole thing in here so that sped up, of course, but so that you can see how it does lift what looks like ground in dirt in all the corners. It was awful. But you can see here that it all comes off. And you can start to see all the different types of wood. I'm sure there's birch. I'm pretty sure that darker stuff is cherry. And there might even be some hardwood oak in there. But I'm leaving this video on. You will see how it slowly takes it all that gray comes off. So Puppy and I are still outside on the deck. I've got it sanded with the 80 and the 120 top back. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, as you can see now, there's no more big gray marks. There is a tiny bit, I don't know if you can see it, but here there's a tiny bit of cream still left. And I'm kind of thinking that might be a knot, and there's not much I can do about it. Okay, so I'm just going to go over it now. Again, same way as everything else, but I'll give it a light final sanding. This is 220. Okay. And you're going to make it super smooth. As I'm sanding this, you can see a little bit more of the red coming out in this wood here. It's very pretty. For that, I'll go on the outside each piece here. I'll do the outside and the inside like this. Very smooth now. The camera a little bit. All the stains are out. It's all white. I got the pencil marks out. I got most of this off. I'm still gonna go on that end. See how much of this I can get off. But it is the underside, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I might take a mouth sander to it, see what Hubs thinks. This is all sanded smooth. These are all marks that he put in for the original maker put in for the wheel. And he was lathing it. Worth a half hour. It's a little bit chilly out here, but it's not the end of the world. At least all the dust will stay out here. And I shall go in and take a shower. And I'll do the other bowl exactly the same way. Now here's the other bowl. I've got it sanded, and if you look in here, you can see where it's still got lots of dark. I think this might have been a birch bowl, but the dirt was too ground in. I think I would have damaged it if I tried sanding it, kept sanding it. And I had put a lot of work into it, so putting this coat of paint on was a last resort. I'll let it dry. I'll give it a couple coats. I'll let it dry, and then I'll go right in along the edge with a sandpaper to soften that ledge there. It's too bad, but I just know myself enough to know that I would never put that gray was really bothering me, and I wouldn't use it because it looks dirty. So I know it's not dirty because, well, I cleaned it and then I sanded it and all that good stuff, but just wasn't happy with that look. So I'll let this dry. I'll give it another coat, and then we'll come back. Now for top coat on bowls, if you're going to be using it for food, you don't want to be using a polyacrylic or anything on it. You want to stick with either a walnut oil, a teak oil, or I've used butcher block conditioner. I put the other bowl aside to dry, and now I'm going to take this bowl and show you how to do the top coat. All I did was I used the Fusion Clear Tough Coat. I like it because it doesn't yellow. At least it hasn't on anything I've tried it on. And all you do is you wipe it on with a dollar store sponge brush. Now I'm doing this here. I sped it up 2 times here. I'm just go around and you coat everything, let it dry for a couple hours, and then give it another coat. I really like this stuff because it dries nice and matte. It doesn't shine. And the next picture you'll see is both the bowls done.